Everyone to the virtual meeting of the Design Review Board today, Wednesday, July 29th at 8, what is it? The time 8, I don't know my watch,
8:36.
And I'll need to read the information in order to have this meeting be done virtually. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending provisions of the open meeting law, GLC 30A, section 18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Design Review Board will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and our parties with a right and our requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Westborough's website at town.westborough.ma.us. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so in the following manner. Members of the public wishing to participate from their remote location are encouraged to email their questions to planning@town.westborough.ma.us. Emails need to include your full name and address in the subject line in order to be read as part of the record. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time by technological means. The meeting can be viewed on Verizon Channel 28 and Charter Channel 192, or live streamed online at westboroughTV.org. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the Town of Westborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. The first item on the agenda this morning is 65 East Main Street, an application for signage changes for the new tenant. Do we have someone here representing them?
Yes, we have Molly with Jay.
Molly, could you introduce yourself, please, and give
Sure,
your
no
full
problem.
name for the record?
Absolutely. My name is Molly Gates. I'm with Jay Cowan and Associates, and I'm working with the Middlesex Savings Bank Group on the 65 East Main Street location for their new branch, renovating the current 2-tenant retail space into a single-tenant bank branch. So this is our third appearance with the board, and I think this hopefully should be fairly straightforward. There was we're down to one last item on signage details, and Kristen has the details up here. There was a request last week to take the signage details for the small directional signs, small blue sign on a black post pointing the car traffic to the drive-through. So this is the location, and in yellow you'll see highlighted the locations of those signs that are now shown on this plan. So no changes to the signs themselves from our last meeting, simply noting locations.
Can you just clarify for us, I think exactly, you've got two signs there highlighted in yellow, and you say that they're noted on the plan. Which two signs are we talking about? I mean, I see the sign, but all I see are the stop, reserve parking, do not enter.
Gotcha. I understand the confusion. Yeah. So these are the signs that are actually shown in on the separate sheet in elevation of the drive-through signs. You're correct. On the signage summary table, they did not get added pictorially here. They're on another sheet. Kristen, I don't know if you still have the sheet from the full application that shows those. Yeah, it's toward the end of this package.
Jim, would you want those on that on this diagram that shows the other signs? I mean, is there somewhere you would like all the signs, or is this sufficient for you?
Is there a particular, is this
There
the
you
page?
go.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry, go up a little bit. The ones that say, do, yeah.
Okay.
So the note in yellow there that was a little hard to read on that other sheet says, please see signage package on S103 here for the sign specifics. So it refers to elsewhere in the design package.
Okay.
And I think Jim was maybe on mute there if he was.
Yeah, Jim, I think
something
you're on
just now.
mute.
I'm actually typing you a note, a motion right now, Hazel. I'll send it to all
Okay.
the members of the board. I'm going to reference the WDA site plan because it shows locations. And I'm going to reference this viewpoint plan S-103 showing the sign specifications in view so that you can approve them. That way it'll be clear to the building commissioner.
Okay. Does any member of the board have any questions on this? Cindy?
Not I think it's fine.
Okay.
And
Who else?
I believe Heather joined while,
Yes. Sorry, I had to drive my son to basketball camp. It's just nutty. So can you quickly just tell me, I'm so sorry, what you went over the signs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holly, do you want to just go through this a little, go through it quickly once more?
Yeah, so this is not related to the content of the signs necessarily as much as our documentation as such wasn't clear to the board last week. So the screen that's up now is showing in yellow, highlighting some language that references to the directional signage for the vehicle traffic to see, to route them out to the drive-through on the property. So this is the black post with a small blue sign that says drive-through and has some arrow and directional signage. So the signs were reviewed last week. This is simply adding them to the plan to reference where on the property they'll be located, and that's what's shown in yellow here on this.
Great. Okay.
Okay, is that, Heather, make sense?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
great.
all right. Todd, did you have any questions?
Oh, I'm good with it. Thank you.
Okay. I had no questions. I'm good with it. I think that's exactly what we'd asked for, and I don't see any other problems with, I think they complied with everything. Jim, was there anything else that you needed?
Yes, Kristen, can you roll that plan up a little bit? I just need, I think it looks like sheet number 12. I can't quite read the bottom of the plan.
L2.00.
L.2, okay, wait a second.
L2.00.
Okay, L2.00. And what's on, the title of that plan is Layout Materials Plan 65 East Main Street. Okay.
Yep.
Can we go to the sign plan now so I can get the title of that? I see it's sheet S-103. Okay.
There it is.
Is there a title block on this plan? Molly, is there a title block on this plan that I just don't see?
I believe so. If we zoom in a little, sorry about that. Down at the bottom there. So this one's entitled MSB Westborough Directionals.
Okay.
And then number 1A is an alpha.
Yeah, I think we had a motion last time which approved the rest of this, and this was just a second motion as far as the signs went. Jim, is that correct?
Yes. I'm sorry, Molly. Can you read me the title of that again? I can't see it.
Sure, MSB for Middlesex Savings Bank, Westborough,
Right?
directionals, 1A as in alpha.
Okay.
So I think we have approved the other signs, which are the signs on the bank itself and the large sign out front. And the sign over the ATM. I think those had all been approved. Did we have any questions on the lighting with those, or were we all set on those?
The lighting was all shown on the and reviewed last week. I don't know if there's
Okay.
outstanding questions, but we did go over the lights on those specific spots. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everything last time we met was pretty much approved.
Okay.
But Michael had requested that the applicant make all the changes and submit the plan
Everything.
comprehensive, right? So
Yeah.
while we were working with the other item on the agenda, Molly put the plans together and resent them. But
Right.
when we came back to review them, we didn't see the signage location. I guess we missed it somewhere in what she had sent back. So that was the purpose of the meeting today, to just approve that page as well.
Okay. I had one question, Molly, on as far as the lighting goes at night, will that be sufficient when people are driving in? I mean, if you're coming in at midnight and you want to go to the ATM.
Yeah, in terms of directional signage, there are site lighting poles to light the balance of the property. These specific signs, these 3 that are shown highlighted, are not lit or powered. So the site lighting on the property would take care of that.
Okay, so you're confident that there won't be any problem as far as that goes?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Molly, is there a date on your plan and that for sheet S-103?
The entire package is dated the date of the last meeting, like Kristen referenced, 7/22. So all drawing sheets are dated 7/22.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sending this motion to the board.
Okay. How does it come? Through chat?
It'll be in chat.
Okay. Got it.
You should
All right.
have.
Okay. I will go ahead, I think, and make a motion and then look for a second and we can further discuss. I move that the Westborough Design Review Board approve the signage location plan for 65 East Main Street as shown on the plan drawn by WDA entitled Layout and Materials Plan, 65 East Main Street, sheet L2.00, and is shown on a sign specific plan entitled MSB Westborough Directionals 1A, sheet S-103, drawn by Viewpoint Sign and Awning dated 7/22/2020. Do I have a second?
A second.
Cindy has made the second. Is there any discussion? Any comments? If not, I will call the roll. Todd?
Yes, I vote in favor.
Okay. Cindy?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Okay, Michael has not joined us yet? Okay, and I vote to approve. All right, Molly, thank you very much. We appreciate it and good luck with your project.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time from all of you for a couple of rounds. Stay safe.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Molly.
Okay, let's move on to our second agenda item, which is Cumberland Farms, 55 East Main Street. Their application to modify the content of the existing pylon sign. And we have Manny here.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You wanna
I put
explain to
together
us what you want to do?
a PowerPoint that if I could
Okay.
share, that'll be a little clearer than those two plans that I sent to Jim. Those
That would be
plans are
perfect.
included in the PowerPoint.
Okay.
And again, for the record, my name is Manny Piva. I am a senior planning department manager with Cumberland Farms. And I work with you folks on the design review of the building and signage that we have there today. And I'm gonna open up this PowerPoint. Let's see, share. Just thought this would be much easier.
Yep, that's very helpful.
Let me move this. Did I share this correctly? Can you see this?
No, all we're getting is the your file screen.
Yeah, let's do that
You
again.
just need to open the presentation.
Okay,
You had it there at the beginning and then it seemed to close up.
okay. How's that? Oh, you know what it is? I got multiple screens open.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Let's try that again.
There you go.
So let me do presentation.
All right.
Can you see that now?
Yep.
Okay.
Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So again, this is an application to modify the content of the existing pylon sign. Inside the store, we've changed an offering called Farmhouse Fresh to Go. If you have not been in our store, I just gave you a couple snippets of, you know, how we arrange the shelving inside and the food offering with a little snippet of the menu. So in doing so, marketing asked if it was possible to get some signage on that pylon that references the Farmhouse Fresh to Go, so customers know that we have a new offering inside our store. The sign today looks exactly as approved. As you can see in this photograph, this is the existing pylon sign.
I don't know. We haven't moved through all I still have. I think you need to click on this side
Oh,
here
you
and
know what it's,
open.
yeah,
Just
you know
move
what it's
down.
doing. I don't know why it's doing this.
Okay.
It's going through presentation mode. So let me just do it.
There's the existing one.
Now you could see it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'll just page through rather than doing the
That's
presentation.
fine.
So let me go back up. So here was the slide I was talking about. Sorry about that. So the Farmhouse Fresh to Go interior gives you a snippet of the display cases and the menu. Not relative to the sign, but it is because it's that identity that we're trying to get out there. There is a photograph of the existing pylon as it's out there today. So from top to bottom, we have a Cumberland Farms identity, externally illuminated with the eyebrow, with those gooseneck lighting. Below that, we have the gas price sign. Below the gas price sign, we have one green sign that says "We have diesel," very narrow. And then below that is the message center. The next slide, hopefully this moved for you folks, is existing pylon calculations. So when we permitted this sign with you folks, we needed it to be under 35 square feet. So if you see over to the right here, we were just a fraction under the 35. And how we were allowed to calculate the square footage was the smallest rectangle possible of the copy. So the Cumberland Farms, you could see the dotted rectangle. And then the price sign was this dotted rectangle. From the most extent width and height, the "We have diesel," we were able to box in just the "We have diesel," just the text. And then the message board was the whole thing. So each one of these flyouts, the 7.67 is the existing square footage of Cumberland Farms. The 11.51 is the existing square footage of the price pod. 1.28 is the existing square footage of the "We have diesel" letters. And the 14.5 is the message board, which equates to 34 0.94, just to give you a basis of what's there and how we got there. Under the proposal, if I go back to this one for a second, what the proposal is to take the seam right here where my cursor is, underneath the Cumberland Farms, and take the seam right here between the We Have Diesel and the message board and reconfigure from this point to this point. So as you can see here, the Cumberland Farm sign did not change in design or size. The message board did not change in design or size. And what we essentially did was, like I said, we took this groove to this groove and rearranged in order to get the Farmhouse Fresh to Go text in there. And what we did here, if I could page back and forth a little bit, see how I had a lot of white space between Smart Pay, regular, and the price. When I go to this one, we just tightened it up. So we're going to reconfigure the cabinet, no larger in size of digits. We're just looking to consolidate it. And the idea was to tighten up this box to reduce it to 7.13. And then this, it enlarges to 4.92. So at the end of the day, we're 0.72 less than what was approved. So we're still underneath the magic number of 35 square feet. Did that make sense to all you? I know it was a lot of numbers, but if I just bounce from here to here, you could kind of see, I try to align it the best I could with what the mod is.
Okay, my only question, I guess, was, are you sure that the gas prices are going to be as visible to the public as they are now because you have decreased the size? I mean, if you're comfortable with it, I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, the size, Hazel, is not changing. This is a 12-inch high digit.
Okay.
And all we're essentially doing is we're going to abut it against this.
Okay.
So no change in size of digit.
All right.
And then, and that's much easier. This is the plan that I sent Jim. What I just did, I believe, is much easier than me trying to explain it through this overall sheet. So that's why I did what I did here.
Very helpful. Very helpful.
So that's the, and this is proposed to be internally illuminated. That's the only change, because before this, We Have Diesel was illuminated by these goosenecks. So the lighting is proposed on this Farmhouse Fresh to be backlit.
Just have a quick question.
Yes.
Will the goosenecks remain?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because there's no identity change to this. And these goosenecks were essentially lighting this Cumberland Farm sign. No change, again, from my cursor to the Watchfire message board. That's what's changing.
So I have a question also, Manny, does the smart member pay have to be illuminated, or can that be more permanent? Because it just seems like we've got a lot of digital signage there when it's all together. Before, in the old picture right there, you've got the regular that looks like it was a permanent sign that kind of broke it up a little bit.
Yeah, and the idea behind that, this regular was acrylic push-through plastic letters, which in reality at night it was very hard for the consumer to read. So what was happening, the Smart Pay member gives the customer the member price and the non-member price, and we all know that this changes by 10 cents. So when doing this consolidation, what we did was we took the acrylic regular that it's hard to read, and we put it here. This will not change. This is stationary REG, which is going to be it's going to be red, similar to this, very hard to read, very easy to read. The digits are the same. This may look busy, but again, the black you don't see. So it's hard to represent like a night vision, because the Smart Pay member is going to be the same way here. You're not going to, although I have black out there, you're not going to see that because this is going to be right tight to it. And the idea was we were trying to get something that was more visible here, where this copy is about 12 inches tall, or maybe a little less, because if the cabinet's 1'7" by the time I put my trim. So Does that
Does that
answer your
pricing-
question?
Does that pricing kind of toggle back and forth between smart member pricing and non-smart member
Yeah,
pricing?
exactly as
Okay,
today.
so
No
that's-
change to that. Yes, sir.
So
So
when
it's
it's
the same-
non-smart, when it's non-smart member pricing, does that banner just go blank?
No. So what happens today when this says Smart Pay member, it's $219, and then this goes to non-member. This goes to $229. So these are
Okay.
tied together in their current state, and
Yeah.
there's no change to that other than the consolidation here.
And you
Yeah.
took out the word regular.
Yeah, and we, instead of the regular going across the top, we put REG down this side, the
I think
R over
that-
E over G.
Yeah, I think that actually is cleaner as far as I'm concerned. I think that may be a better way to go on that.
Yeah, as you look at this for equalization of white space versus copy, now other than this being a little wider, everything is more consistent with the image of the color is in the center, surrounded by white, surrounded by white, surrounded by white, where today this big green banner kind of spread across, and this, it didn't equal. This hurt us before because it made us count this all as signage. So we feel that under this, not only will marketing get their farmhouse fresh, it looks a lot more unified and together as you look up from afar here.
Okay. Cindy, did you have any questions about this?
No, I think it looks nice.
Okay, Todd, are you happy with it?
Yeah, no, I understand that. Thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome.
Heather?
Yeah, I think it looks cleaner.
Yeah, no, I do too. All right, could I have a motion then to approve? Oh God, what are the numbers on this?
Hazel, give me a second. I'm already typing
Oh,
your
great,
motion.
thank you. Okay,
I'm
And
going to
Jim,
have,
I have the data on this plan, title, date, if you need that.
perfect. So you know what, Manny, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Just give it to me. So what's the title of the plan?
The title of the plan is Custom Monument Sign - Specifications. And it's option 3. Again, Custom Monument Sign - Specification, option 3, and that's page 3.
Okay. 1 second. And it's drawn by Pro Signs.
Pro Signs, yes, sir.
And it's dated
7/6/20.
all right, 1 moment. I'm going to be sending this to the board.
okay.
All right, and then Manny, if you want to make me the host, or, there we go.
And Kristen, I could send you this PowerPoint if you'd like,
Okay,
for
that's
the
fine.
record.
Put it in the file, yep.
Okay, the members of the board have the motion.
Okay. All right. Excuse me. I move that the Westborough Design Review Board approve the signage plan for Cumberland Farm Store at 55 East Main Street entitled Custom Monument Sign Specification Option 3, page 3, drawn by ProSign dated 7/6/2020 for the existing ground pylon sign. Is there a second?
Second. I second.
Is there any further discussion or questions from members of the board? If
Can you
not,
hear me?
what?
Oh, good. You can hear me. My screen completely froze, but I want you to know that I can see you and sorry.
Oops.
Okay, well, I'll call the roll then.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Heather?
Yes, I approve.
Okay. Cindy?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
Okay, and I approve. Thank you, Manny. That was a very clear presentation and really appreciate the way you came to us on that. So we wish you all your best. Take it away.
Thank you, Manny. Nice job.
Okay, I'll send you that PowerPoint. Sorry I didn't have that in advance of the meeting.
That would be great. That way we can keep it in our project electronic file. Thanks so much. Nice job.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay. Let's
Stone banding does not continue to the rear of the building or to the side facing Gleason Street. It's only on the side facing Fisher Street in the driveway. I commented to Mike that I thought it should be all four sides. It looks kind of odd.
absolutely.
The other thing is the video presentation does not show the landscape plan. It only shows the hardscape plan. So it's difficult to to get an idea of what the landscaping actually looks like, because all you're seeing is hardscape bench and hardscape planters. You're not seeing the trees, things like that. So I think that can be easily adjusted. At least I'm hoping it can be. I told Mike he should reach back to the architect. That's only the commercial building. There was nothing provided for the 3 unit styles. and the overall landscape plans. So he's still got a ways to go. I discussed this yesterday with Kristen. We were brainstorming some ideas with regard to what design review could do to kind of move this along for the planning board's sake. Now, I'm glad Hazel is here. One thing that the design review board could do is approve the commercial building once we get the design the way we want it, and let the planning board authorize him to begin construction of the commercial building. However, he's still not straight with the design review board regarding his residential, and the planning board has made it clear to him that he's got to work with the design review board to get one set of plans for all the residential buildings so that everything is clear. I think the planning board needs to do that before they release any additional residential lots for construction. If they authorize him to go forward on the commercial building, at least he can pour the foundation and begin the grading and installation of utilities so he can get that in before we lose the construction season. I think that might be a good idea, but the design review board should inform the planning board that any approval is only for the commercial building and that this does not end the review of the residential portion of the project.
What about the summer house?
I didn't receive anything on the summer house.
Right. I mean, I would think that I guess my feeling is that I think the idea on the commercial makes perfect sense on that basis. I certainly wouldn't even think about releasing any lots until we've gotten things straightened on the individual design, the 3 designs. But my other thought was I wondered about the summer house. If he came back with the plans on that, I would be in favor of, if you wanted to do that construction along with the commercial, that might make sense. Any thoughts on, Todd, have you got any thoughts on that?
Oh, I agree with you, Hazel. I think that does make sense. Yeah, if he's doing both the commercial and the summer house, get them both done at the same time. And I apologize because I wasn't able to attend last week's meeting because I had a work situation I needed to attend to. But suffice it to say, it doesn't sound like he got anything accomplished on the residential side of the project. Is that right?
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
No, and the big complaints about the fact that he couldn't move forward, this was holding him up on his construction. He works 6 days a week out there. Nothing has stopped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to go by occasionally. I think I would ask that other members of the design review board, if you could make a detour every so often and just kind of drive by and take a look about what's going on there, to keep us all informed might be very handy.
Sure.
So, Cindy, do you have any questions on that at the moment then?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Jim, I think, if he comes back with completed plans of the summer house and the commercial building, that he might get the design review board to approve those and go to the planning board with that so he can at least begin those. But I think as far as the individual units, there's more that needs to be done. And I think your comments about running the stone all the way around the building certainly makes sense to me. And we need to see better, landscaping plans.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a financial consideration because the stone veneer is not cheap.
Right.
I completely understand that. But if you're viewing the building, it looks odd to only have the stone on 2 sides of the building because the building is visible from all 4 sides of the streets.
Yeah.
You're in a corner lot. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, what I'll do then is I will send this video, which is very nice. The architect did a great job. It looks very realistic. I will send that to all of the members of the board, and I will make sure that Mike gets the comment back to him that the stone veneer needs to be on all 4 sides.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
Would we be able to approve the June 11th and July 2nd meeting minutes while we're here?
Okay. Have everyone had a chance to review those minutes? I haven't had a chance really to look at, was July 11th. When was our last meeting? It wasn't the
Uh,
11th.
No,
22nd.
yeah, these two are from June 11th and July 2nd.
Oh, okay. All right. Has everybody had a chance to take a look at those minutes? I had no problem with those 2 minutes.
Those are the last two that you sent out, Kristen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
You did?
No
Okay, could
comment.
I have a motion to approve those minutes for June? What are we looking
11.
at? June 11th and July 2nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of June 11th and July 2nd.
Is there a second?
Second,
Okay. I'll call the roll. Todd,
Yes, I approve.
Cindy,
yes.
and myself, I approve. So, okay, thank you very much on those. And we'll take a look at the next minutes. Unfortunately, I know are going to be very, very long. Todd, we were here for 4 hours, I think.
Oh.
Did you miss the meeting?
Well, I do have to say that, Kristen, you've done a great job of toggling through the various plans during these Zoom meetings. So I know we all appreciate the work that you've been doing with that. It's been very helpful.
Kristen's doing an excellent job.
Second that.
So,
Thank you.
Jim, do you have anything else to bring up this morning?
I don't think so. Right now, other than Village Commons, I don't have any other plans on the horizon. There are a couple small things kind of kicking around that it's premature to mention them yet because the property owner doesn't really want disclosure because he hasn't finalized his plans. But it's good to know that some investment is picking up in Westborough.
Oh, good.
And this is, 1 or 2 of these were involved design review, but there's also a couple projects under consideration on Route 9, which is always good because those are bigger projects. We also have a couple projects under consideration in the office parks. And as just as an update, as most of you know, the Caruth Capital Group has proposed an extension of West Park Drive. The extension would be down to Flanders Road, creating a three-way intersection rather with Flanders Road that would be signalized, have sidewalks and pedestrian crosswalks across Flanders Road. Last night, we introduced the project to the Board of Selectmen. The Planning Board has approved the preliminary subdivision plan. We introduced it to the Selectmen because we wanted their support for a MassWorks grant. Caruth is going to make a joint application together with the town to request funding for the entire signalized intersection. That would include the hardware, the signal itself, the controlling mechanism, sidewalk, paving, and striping on Flanders Road. This is going to be a great project because it will reduce speeds on Flanders Road. It will reduce congestion on West Park Drive because everybody now, as you know, it's a dead-end road. They all have to go up to Research Drive and then to go to Connector. That traffic light is almost at level failure. This will spread the burden, if you will. So anybody that wants to head east now has another option. They no longer have to go to Route 9. They can go down Flanders Road to Southborough or to Hopkinton eventually. I think it's a great idea. It's totally private funded, other than the MassWorks grant. Caruth intends to proceed even if they don't get the grant. It would be good to get the grant because then Caruth would spend money elsewhere. Their project also continues sidewalk from the existing sidewalk on West Park Drive all the way to Flanders Road. It connects the bike path that comes across Caruth's other property at 118, 116 Flanders Road. The B-Walt plan, which is the old airline trail over the old trolley line. The idea is to provide commuting possibilities for foot and bicycle to the office parks. I think it's a great plan. It's been a couple years in the making, but we're very close to making this reality. The intention is for construction in 21, next year.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very exciting project. It really is. And I know I didn't know where this was coming through onto Flanders Road till I drove down there. So if anybody has a chance to do that, it's beyond where the old Flanders Road comes into what I call the new Flanders Road on your left. And so it's further down, I think, than most of us realize. So if you have an opportunity, kind of drive down there and take a look at it. What's the address on Flanders?
It's right after 118 Flanders Road. So it's actually, there's a change in address there that's kind of counterintuitive. It goes from 118 to 134 Flanders Road. So it's right between 118 and 134 Flanders.
Yeah.
Road.
So anyway, if you have a chance, take a look at it because it'll give you a much better idea. And you can actually drive up the driveway of 118. And if you go, you'll notice that you go all the way up 118 and in the back, there's some office buildings a ways up there and that it'll be coming through back over there. So it gives you some idea about what's going on.
Understood.
Okay, do we have any other questions for Jim or other members of the board at this time or anything else to bring before us? If not, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah. Is there a second? I'll
Second.
Okay, I'm going to call the roll. Todd,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
I don't think Heather's gotten back with us.
No.
Okay, and I will vote to adjourn. Thank you all for coming out early on this hot morning. Stay cool and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you, everyone. I
Sure.
appreciate your attendance. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.